The Philippines is home to some of the most unique and beautiful animals and plants in the world. We have the butanding, the tamarao, the rare flower called Rafflesia, and of course our national tree, Nara. And did you know that there is an alphabet book out there that will feature all these and more? Well, Alpabeto ng Kalikasan may just be the perfect gift for kids, nature lovers, and newly converted plantitos and plantitas present. It has stunning, colorful illustrations of the country's flora and fauna from A to Z. Now, joining us this morning is Anya Santos-Uy, the creator of Alpabeto ng Kalikasan. Good morning, Anya.
Good morning, Paolo. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for waking up early and joining. It's a real pleasure to have you. Now, you launched this book last year in the hopes of promoting the Philippines' biodiversity. What's the response been?
You know what? We launched, as you said, in August, and we've actually sold out before the year ended. So we're very happy with the response it's gotten. I think mainly because it's really a book that is needed nowadays because, we don't really have a lot of materials on Philippine biodiversity that are simple enough for small kids.
Right. That's really where I wanted to jump to is why did you feel like, there was this need to come up with a book like this? There's tons of alphabet books out there, but maybe this really does fill, a particular niche, doesn't it?
Yes. I think it all started, I used to work in Haribon Foundation, and that's where my mind was open to how rich the Philippines actually is in biodiversity, right? So, and I was wondering why not many people knew about that fact that, grabe ang yaman ng Pilipinas, that we are the center of marine biodiversity, that we have the largest eagle in the world, things like that.
Right.
And then fast forward, I became a mother. And as you would know, your children can probably identify animals at less than 1 year old, right? Like, where's the elephant? You can point it on your diaper. Where's the giraffe? And then, so when I became a mother, I'm like, okay, my child knows lion, tiger, giraffe, elephant, and stuff. But wait, I'm from Haribon. Why doesn't he know tamarao, butanding, dugong, things like that? So that's where the idea came from.
It's a great idea, Anya. Now, a while ago during the intro, we mentioned some of those animals. You mentioned butanding, tamarao, so on and so forth. Ano pa ba ang mga iba't ibang mga hayop at mga, there's so much biodiversity that we should be proud of. What kind of animals and what kind of species are we going to find in the book that are, really very Pinoy?
Well, if you see, you can see the animation done by a good friend, Elise. You can see a sample of some of the species there. But even in the cover itself, so you can see the butanding. You can see the Philippine eagle or the haring ibon. But what is this one?
You got me there.
Yeah, I learned a lot also from doing research for the book. Because I was not aware. So the way I did this was I tried to come up with 28 representatives for each letter, like from off the top of my mind, right? And then there are certain letters because the Filipino alphabet includes, it's actually the Latin alphabet, so ABC, right? Plus Enya and NG. So it was a challenge to find the letters that we don't really commonly use, but apparently, so A is alitap-tap.
There you go. That's
B is butanding. And C is kokam.
There, lots of unusual animals, unusual species.
Yes, which actually, it should be more usual. We should know more about it. What else do we have here?
Well, Anya, I wanted to ask you,
we have
who are your other collaborators on the project? I mean, obviously, you didn't do this by yourself. You worked with a very talented and very passionate team, people who share your passions as well. Who else is involved in making this book come to life?
Yes, so we have a very, very talented artist who worked on it. My friend, Jay Javier. He is a graphic artist, and I would just see his posts on Facebook, that sort of thing. And I said, hey, Jay, do you have time to work on a project? It's kind of a passion project of mine. And I'm hoping, and he was super into it. And it turns out he's a children's book collector, which I didn't even know. So parang things really fell into place. And another partner, if you can see in the photo, that's Dustin Ancheta. And he is my partner for the business. And they were the group that came up with the Baybayin. So the picture there, it's in O2 space. So I attended a workshop about Baybayin, the pre-colonial script of the Philippines. And at this time, I was already working on the book. And I said, hey, what if we add Baybayin to the alphabet book, just as an introduction to children? I mean, it's not necessarily, because now the target is mostly smaller kids, no? Toddler, preschooler. Why not introduce it to them at a very early age so that they're aware now, wow, the Philippines had a rich pre-colonial culture as well. So, yeah.
It's a fantastic project, I have to say. And really, I mean, your initial thought would be, okay, it's a great book to read to your kids. But honestly, when you read it to your kids, you learn so much yourself. I mean, you pointed it out. There's so many species here that you kind of go, oh, I didn't know we had one of those. And it really should be a case of us being a little more aware of that. From unusual species to beautiful artwork to a little bit of an intro on Baybayin, this really is a great book that we can all sort of get on board. Tell us about how our viewers can get a copy of the book.
Okay, so you can head on over to alpabetonangkalikasan.com. And you can actually also just message us on the Facebook page or Instagram of Alpabeto ng Kalikasan. Or you can actually walk in our office in Makati to buy the copy if you're old school and want to see the copy first before you buy it. So yeah, that's how to get it.
Good stuff. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Anya Santos Uy, for joining us this morning on New Day. We've got all the news you need and more.